Welcome back to the Sloppy Horror Podcast. I am your host and your scary movie companion, Christian Ramey. And guess what, boys and girls? I'm not here alone. I don't ride this bitch alone. I am back again with the best producer in the whole wide world, Ozark Mark. And guess what, guys? Today, well, I don't know what day you're listening to this, but this is the season finale of the Sloppy Road to Halloween, which means that we made it to Halloween, so it makes it appropriate we're talking about a Halloween. I'm really excited. It's kind of a sad time of year because you know it's going to go, but I'm still going to be watching scary movies. I know you guys are too. Folks, welcome back. Mark, how you living down there? How you feeling?
Huh? Oh, I'm excited. Yeah. That's right. Yes. Yeah. I'm so overfilled with joy, I have no emotion. That's what's happening to me right now. Because it's Halloween time. Halloween. And, you know, I mean, all your kids got you went to Spirit Halloween and you probably bought an overpriced costume that probably cost $5 to make and you paid $60 for it. But it's okay, because you got your costume ready probably. You got your kids' costumes. Those probably cost more. And then you got your candy, which probably costs a lot too. But it doesn't matter because you got everything ready to go. You got your pumpkins out. You're ready to give kids treats or give yourself some treats or receive treats from somebody or something. Mm-hmm. You know, it's Halloween time, so fucking get excited. And it's the Sloppy Road to Halloween. We finally fucking made it. We made it.
I'm really
excited. We made it.
I'm beyond excited for a few reasons.
You picked, sir, a very appropriate movie for the season finale of the Sloppy Road to Halloween 2024. And that's none other than Robert Zombert's Halloween.
You know what I was feeling, Mark? Every time I say this, it comes out, you know, like an Australian person, you know, like, Rob Zombie's Halloween. Rob Zombies.
That's Australian?
Rob Zombies Halloween.
That's not Australian. That's something else. I think that's,
Rob Zombies?
Yeah, I feel like you're in, like, an Edgar Allan Poe poem when you say that.
Rob Zombies Halloween.
Robert Zombert.
Robert Zombert's damn Halloween. Damn Halloween. Halloweeny.
Like an old smoker lady. Robert Zombert's Halloween.
Oh,
he remade it and it's a lot more edgy and it's great. There's a lot of titties and fucking and cigarettes and there's a lot of cuss words in it, but it's great.
Well,
honey, let me tell you.
If we're going to break in like that, well, first off, let's break in the right way. If you are watching on YouTube, you hit subscribe and you subscribe because it helps us out more than you know. Also, audio listeners, you make sure that you're giving all of those reviews. It takes like 5 stars in 5 seconds. You just go,
you can't do that voice, can you?
Oh, the smoker lady?
Yeah.
I just need 5 stars. You know what, Rocco? That's what the Mrs. Bighead.
Mrs. Bighead.
Yep,
yeah.
that's where I go.
Rocco.
Rocco. Oh, that's good. That's good. Now, I need you guys to subscribe. Need those 5-star ratings. Also, if you really want to support the show, keep the lights on, join the Patreon, get some bonus episodes. Just posted one where I read Halloween articles from the last 50 years. So I went 2024 Halloween article, 2014, 2004, 94, and 84.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, kind of fun. If you guys want to check that out, you can go to patreon.com/sloppyhorror. Obviously, you got a couple days left. I'm going to go to the 31st. To give you guys opportunity to buy a t-shirt. Sloppy Road to Halloween. Get them while you can. If you're listening to this, there are only hours remaining. So do it. No, you're fine. But since you're going to break in that way,
bust in.
We're going to have a few conversations that we've had before, but what we're going to say here is a lot of hate and a lot of flack has come at Rob Zombie's Halloween. All right, and what we're going to do is clear the air. There's smoke in the air. Let's clear the air. If you are one of these Halloween purists that's, talking about Michael Myers embodying the pure spirit of evil and ambivalence and eat my ass. Pull out a spoon and eat my ass because there's this whole motive of like, Laurie Strode really wasn't supposed to be a sister and yada, yada, yada. I don't. Go fuck yourself. For multiple reasons. The opening scene of the 1978 Halloween. What is Michael Myers doing? A young Michael Myers, whose name gets mentioned immediately at the beginning of the movie. His name, Michael? It's said. But his parents say that when he's in the clown mask. After he did what? He killed his fucking sister. We don't make it 2 minutes into the fucking movie without Michael Myers, who is named Michael, killing his sister. Then, the rest of the movie, he comes back. And is he just the silent boogeyman who no one knows? In the first one, definitely a lot more ambivalent than the others. Definitely a lot more secretive. A lot of them are like that. A Nightmare on Elm Street. There's not as much Freddy. You don't get as much face shots. But the whole movie, we have a doctor, and Dr. Samuel Loomis, played by the late, great Donald Pleasance, right? He was incredible. The whole movie, he is overacting, explaining the backstory of Michael Myers. Who he is, when he met him, that he was locked up. Go fuck yourself if you are trying to tell me that Michael Myers is this... Well, Rob Zombie just added backstory to Halloween, and that's what killed it. What about the fucking oodles of sequels that came out after the first one? The second one, where John Carpenter wrote and included the sister storyline, so I don't even understand there. He wrote the fucking thing, so we go into 3, which is, I like the movie, Season of the Witch, but it's not a Michael Myers movie. We go into 4, where he has a niece, where he can telepathically link up with her. Goes into the 5th one. We get all kinds of fucking family members. That wasn't the watering down of the franchise. That wasn't the explaining of his backstory. Oh, that's fucking... It was Rob Zombie. Let's clear the air. Go fuck yourself if you're one of these people that says that. Now, you can say, I don't like his Halloween, and that's totally acceptable. That's fine. I mean, it's all subjective. I'm not judging you. But if you are a person that says Rob Zombie killed the fucking franchise by explaining the backstory, then maybe you should write John Carpenter and tell him to change the first 3 minutes of his fucking movie, and the whole movie, because they pretty much do the same thing. Take out Dr. Loomis in the first 3 minutes of the Halloween, and maybe you have that, and the part where his mask falls off and we see that he's a human being. He's ambivalent. Who was the human being that fucking fell out of the balcony? Like, what it just pisses me off, dude. Like, I'm a film person. I'm a film nerd. I fucking pontificate and spend hours talking about movies, but I'm not one of these people that's all highfalutin and actually Michael Myers is inside of all of us. And bro, I will break glass in your asshole. Fuck off. Like, that is, I'm not. Go fuck off.
I will break glass in your asshole.
Yes, dude.
Is that what you just said?
Yes.
I like that.
Because these people
I'm
just
gonna
have...
use that from now on. What the fuck are you? Oh god. I'm sorry. Continue.
But so we're not gonna, there's no need for a rant, because I love John Carpenter's 1978 Halloween. But if you were telling yourself this isn't a slasher that tried to ride success like Black Christmas, and also John Carpenter didn't see a small film in college called Foster's Revenge, where he really piggybacked the idea of the babysitter. If we're going to really pretend that that's not the reality of the situation, that it's not a Captain Kirk mask spray-painted white, if we're going to pretend that the sister wasn't included and all this other shit, then I don't know. We're just in fantasy land, because you gotta come to grips, folks. Rob Zombie isn't the one that gave it a crazy backstory. He's the one that tried to make sense of it. And he saved the Halloween franchise, if you want to be correct, because the Weinsteins, this is a fact. It's written. It's on paper. The Weinsteins, who owned Miramax and Dimension, they were going to dump this to a straight-to-DVD franchise. You remember those in the 2000s where it's just straight-to-DVD style movies? And don't get me wrong, we still watch quite a few, but it would really change the landscape and the direction of the franchise. After H2O came out, which was very successful, Resurrection made less than half of that. And they were just about to dump it. And they went to Rob Zombie and said, hey, what can you do with this? And he saved the franchise. This was a big hit. Whether you liked it or not, it was a big hit. And if you're still seeing Michael Myers movies in theaters, you can thank Rob Zombie. And it was very appropriate. But I will go, you are correct. There's some trashiness, there's some whatever. But that's why we mentioned this is the blue collar Halloween. This is the Halloween for guys who know how to read a tape measure. Okay? This is the Halloween for somebody, who's had brake clean underneath their fingernails. This is what that is.
This is the Halloween that's for people like us.
Yes.
And this millennials, a little bit of Gen Z, I guess, and people before that, because
The Generation X.
yeah, like all that. Because I mean, he just took it and just best way to describe it is he made it more metal.
Yeah, dude.
Right? Like he just he took it, be like, this could be a lot more thing, and what he did makes sense. Again, to me, it made sense to me of why Michael Myers is coming back and trying to kill everybody. His childhood sucked, and that's exactly how probably a broken home with a drunk father and a stripper mother would act. Mm-hmm. That's exactly how bullies acted when we were growing up. That's exactly, you know what I mean? Like, so he just brought a realness to it of the common day, I believe, and it all fucking worked.
I'm also going to go on record and say that one of the most impactful kills in a horror movie, and I mean that because I love horror movies. I've watched, who knows, the number of kills I've seen in a horror movie. That's a number I don't even want to try to think of. But there are a few that sit with you. I don't know, Hostel 2, when they hung that bitch over the... I don't mean to say bitch. Horror movie characters are disposable. You know what I mean? Like,
You could say bitch, it's fine.
I know, but...
I'm just saying bitch because I don't know your names individually.
Yeah, I don't mean it like that. You know what I mean? I really don't. But this lady that they had hung upside down the bathtub, and that was raw. The first one with the Achilles cut, some things don't leave you. And in this particular movie, there are quite a few of those kills that never leave me. But the Spy Kids, the kid from Spy Kids that was the bully for Michael Myers, the first kill of this movie, young Michael Myers beating the shit out of this kid with a tree branch. That was so impactful for me because it's a beautiful scene. First off, because it's not, some deaths in horror movies are cinematic. Some are over the top, and I love the Terrifier series, don't get me wrong, but you'll get an over the top kind of all right, this is silly and fun, and that's what it is. We're having fun. It's a fun time. But sometimes they're also a little too cinematic. They cut away, they don't give you everything. Too movie-like, or too TV show-like. That tree branch thing was something else, dude. It wasn't heavy music going. There was synth, there was a score, but there wasn't it was just real. It was a dark tone to it, and there was a pan-out shot of the trees that I just found so beautiful. That's one of my favorite shots in a movie ever. I love that because it gave the victim perspective of him, what he was seeing as he's getting his fucking head bashed in with a tree. And another funny story, when I first started dating my wife, this was when I lived with you, right? She come to hang out with me, Jesus Christ. And I was just watching this movie. I just had it on. I didn't put it on with her. She had come over, and it was just already on. I was watching it. And she sits down for a few minutes, and this scene comes on. And she has no context. She's not a horror person. She doesn't know about this movie. And she's like, why is this little kid doing this? And my answer, though, was so funny because I was just oh, it's Michael Myers. She's like, but what's going on? I was like, it's Michael Myers. There's no, it's Michael. That's the, he's not right. It's Michael Myers. There's just, you don't look for those answers. He just does. I don't know why Freddy's killing people, dude. It's just Freddy Krueger. He's here to kill you. He's just fucking here to kill you.
He just does what he does.
Bro, there's this fucking, I don't know. I know all you guys probably know about this TikTok guy I've seen on there. He does all these different characters like Dirty Dan and the trashy dude that's always at the bus stop and shit. The guy says, keep it creamy with you. That guy, he has this character, Dirty Dan, who's somebody's fucking weird uncle with the mullet. He was going to a parent-teacher conference, and he looked on the wall, and he said, everyone is welcome here. And he said, everybody's welcome here. What about Freddy Krueger, dude? Fucking freaking out. Fucking, I don't know why. If you guys have seen that or not seen that, you just watch it again or look for it because it's so funny. What about fucking Freddy Krueger, dude?
That's a good joke. I like that.
All right, now there are very quotable things. It's very quotable. There's a lot of stuff going on, but I do want to give just a tad bit of context of this movie, so we should probably fill those shoes.
Fill the shoes with the path of the wicked. Unleash the fury, let the chaos reign.
Yeah. What's going on?
What a theme.
What a theme.
What a theme for a dream segment here. Fill the shoes. We got to fill the shoes. You know what the hell. We don't got to explain what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. So just fill the shoes. All right?
You guys know what's about to happen. We're about to tell you
Fill 'em.
what year it is.
Fill them.
This movie came out.
Oh, shit. This can lean back. This is nice.
Yep, Fat Joe style. Fat Joe style. He's not fat anymore, so he's just Joe. Hey,
He's
Joe.
Slim Joe.
Medium Joe. Hey, Medium Joe.
Oh, shit.
So, you guys, that was 2007. That's the year I graduated high school. We had some fun stuff going on. You guys know what was popular in 2007? Still jean shorts. We were still rocking jean shorts. Hip-hop was still the thing. The iPhone was first released. Let's see. Dude, Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix was the second highest grossing film. Yep, I remember that. All right, I do want to... It's hard to... Oh, you know what was really sad that happened that year? I mean, it's not like death sad, but a history moment. Bob Barker left Price is Right.
Oh, that's when the world went to shit.
Probably was, dude. Mm-hmm. Probably was.
That's what kept us all together. Now everybody's angry at each other.
If you're trying to remember which movies were popular at the time where Halloween was released, well, first and foremost, Halloween was a box office smash and it became the #1 movie. And guess what was underneath it? Superbad.
Dude, that's a great movie.
One of the best comedies of all time.
That's so funny.
Also in theaters, Balls of Fury, Bourne Ultimatum, Rush Hour 3, fucking The Nanny Diaries. That sounds stupid.
I don't know what that is.
The Simpsons movie. Yep, I do remember that. Chuck and Larry was in theaters.
Yeah, they're killing it in the box office this year.
I know, dude.
Those are a lot of good ones.
Knocked Up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was some good movies. I remember that time frame, that time in life. If you're like wondering what kind of music comes to ear, when if you were driving to the movie theaters to see Halloween, you might have been listening to Sean Kingston's "Beautiful Girls."
Ugh. Next.
Oh, Fergie, "Big Girls Don't Cry."
Next.
Timberland, "The Way I Are."
Next.
Hey there, Delilah.
Next. Fucking next. Next.
Work it, baby.
Next.
You know that song?
Yeah.
Kanye.
Next.
You.
Next.
Hold on.
Dude, this is possibly the worst year of music so far on this segment. Literally none of these songs are good.
With the bartender.
Next.
Umbrella.
Next. Next. Next.
I don't even know this one. Oh, but you make me bitter.
Next. Oh, God.
Oh, this one's really good.
What?
Hey, baby.
Okay. All right.
Just break the radio.
Dude, I would baseball bat radio in this year. Oh, my God. Thank God for streaming music. Or CDs. CDs were king at this time. Thank God.
Oh, dude,
Sounds
we weren't
awful.
listening to mainstream music at that time.
Hell
Oh,
no.
dude, that was bad.
That was horrible.
What a bad time, guys. All right, my sports fans, your 2007 NBA champs that year were the San Antonio Spurs. The 2007 Boston Celtics, they were your NBA champions. If you're wondering, I'm sorry. No. Spurs were your basketball champions. The Boston Red Sox were your MLB champions. And your NHL champions were the Ducks.
Who's the NFL?
The NFL? Well, that was the New York Giants.
Oh, yeah, that's when they beat Brady.
Yep.
Fucked him up.
Yep.
Okay.
That Eli catch, dude, that helmet catch, that was
Yeah.
legendary, dude. I
Oh,
don't even care if you're a fan of Brady. Like that, you gotta give props. I always liked Eli for that. He was just like little brother energy. Like you could tell that he wasn't allowed to play first in the backyard. He just like, here, your turn. He's like, like just score. That's how he played.
All right.
So if you guys remember those things, that's what was happening when Rob Zombie's Halloween came out.
I'm all filled up, ready to go.
All right. Well, I'm not giving you a synopsis. All right.
It's fucking Halloween. If you don't know what the hell the story is by now, like, you shouldn't be listening to the show. I don't know why you have this show on if you don't know that.
Yeah, and it's a slasher. I don't care. It's Michael Myers.
Michael Myers, you know, he gets incarcerated for killing his family,
I get.
sisters and stuff, and then, you know, he breaks out. He comes back. He tries to kill his sister.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
So also, I will say, Rob Zombie. He did not want to. Well, he wanted to do two pictures, like one as the kid and one as the adult. You know, that was going to be his Halloween 1, too. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of how the movie feels. It's kind of split in half like that, which I don't mind. And I don't hate Halloween 2 because I go into it watching it like a slasher. I'm not like, oh, they really gave him some backstory here. That's odd for this franchise because it's a really cleaned up one. No, it's not. This isn't fucking The Godfather. Chill out.
It's his own take on it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's a Halloween, dude.
There
Like,
ain't nothing wrong with it. At least we're getting a good one. It could be another shitty one.
name me a Michael. He is the scariest Michael Myers.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler Farr is the
Oh, yeah.
scariest.
This is the Michael Myers I do not want to run into.
No, dude.
He's
huge.
Yeah.
And I like the aged mask. I think it just looked cool. I don't understand all the hate, but that's what's going to happen when you're already kind of popular. You're going to get that. But
Sure.
he's scary. I love the way he makes ladies. He makes ladies hot. We have the same kind of taste in ladies. Him and I do.
Dude, he's so rude, though. Mm-hmm. He's rude. Like, he always comes in while in the middle of people banging.
Oh, yeah, Michael.
Yeah, come on, Michael. Just let him finish. Then do your stuff.
He could have.
He could have. But he didn't.
He didn't like it.
He's very rude.
Well, it triggered memories
Yeah.
of him, trying to trick or treat. You fucking sluts!
Your whore sister.
Your sister's a slut. He's really just like a diva, like a, you whore! You deserve all of this! Fucking yelling at her. Get out of my house now!
Oh, man. What's your favorite part? Do you have one?
Ah, bro, that's really tough, dude.
Oh.
There's lots of parts.
Yeah.
Tree Branch, my favorite kill. One of my favorite kills. Joe Grizzly kill was pretty awesome. That's a pretty gnarly kill in itself too. Just because it was brutal. Like, they were fighting.
Mm-hmm. And not to mention, he took the time to completely undress Joe Grizzly and then redress him. Mm-hmm. A dead corpse. That I don't care who you are. That's fucking hard.
It's dead weight. That's dead weight.
That's hard. So that's pretty impressive.
Music is always a great touch in this. So I'm leaning because I love the whole fucking movie so much. I'm leaning between a few parts here. One of my favorite is the drunk stepdad. His dialogue, the start of the movie, you cannot not laugh. It is so funny. Everything delivers where you're like, oh my God. Like, he is yelling, like he's like talking shit to his lady, and he just like knocks all the shit off the table. He's like, now clean it up. I'm like, oh my God, bro. And then like she's talking shit to him. He said, bitch, if you don't think I'm making a mental checklist to all your fucking bullshit. I'm just saying, practically imagine saying that to your lady or a lady like, bitch, if you don't think I'm making a mental checklist to all your fucking bullshit, like with sting to it, like no joke, like sting to it. You're like, Oh my, what era did you grow up in? Like, when was that chill? Like, what was... I get yelled at for, like, non-confrontational shit. Like, shit I'm not even yelling about. Like, I'll get... Did you really do that? You're like, what? This dude's up in here reckless. He's knocking shit off the table. So he was hilarious. I did really like that. Danny Trejo, dude.
Oh man, that was a sad kill.
That's like the saddest kill of any
I
horror
know,
movie.
you shouldn't have killed him.
I was good to you, Mikey.
I know.
You're like, fuck, dog.
Yeah, he should have just walked away. Honestly.
Cracked him with an old school TV, and you know that thing probably weighed 475 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
That thing is so heavy. Flat screen, 80 inches now. You can pick it up.
He
One
stole
guy.
a damn gravestone and walked it. Ripped the gravestone out of the fucking ground.
You
Ugh.
could tell that. What's his name? That Tyler Mane, the dude who played. I'm trying to remember his name. That played. He's the wrestler guy. He was in WCW. Like Big Sky was his name. That was his name. Yeah, Tyler Mane. Yeah, that's my main.
Mm-hmm. Tyler Mane.
Tyler Mane. So, yeah, and then Young Daig, that's how you say his name, that's the kid who played young Michael Myers. There's so many people that are used in horror movies. Obviously, Scout, Taylor Compton, she's great. That's who played Laurie. Danielle Harris is an older Annie Brackett. All these people just have some ties. I love that they had Clint Howard, Danny Trejo. Yeah, obviously Ken Foray is, Joe Grizzly, bitch. Even snuck in Sid Hagen
He is
there.
my favorite side character of a horror movie ever. I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, obviously William Forsythe as Ronnie. Dee Wallace is the mom. I mean, there are so many great actors in this. Yeah, by far, dude. Tyler Mane is just my favorite. Like, he just is my Michael Myers.
He's actually a scary Michael Myers.
Dog. I'm not playing games with him. He's very scary. Do you have a favorite part, Mark?
Joe Grizzly.
It's just funny.
It's so funny.
Wow, I got some enchiladas talking back to me.
Yeah. And don't, anything he says, dude, like, if you ran into somebody like that in public, it would be awesome. Like, he would be a trip.
I did, and I said that same exact thing to him. I saw Ken Foray.
Didn't you? Yeah, you said the line for me. Mm-hmm. Fit his face.
And it's hard because, like, if I had a convo, I'd want to talk Dawn of the Dead. I'd want to talk everything, dude, because, I mean, obviously he was a legend in that, too, but I just couldn't help it. I just walked by and said, I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch, and he's like, hey. He looked at me with, like, the old black guy, like, all right, now. All right.
Oh, man. Yeah, Joe Grizzly's awesome. Dude, another kill that I just love that just came out of nowhere is when she kills the dad, when Michael Myers just runs up and kills Laurie's dad. Mm-hmm. Just whoosh, throat slit real quick out of nowhere, and then he goes in the house and there's just silence. Eerie.
Yeah, dude. Can you picture, like, your mom, like, if that fucker broke in the door? Like, that's not... There's some realism there.
Yeah.
That I thought they added realism to a slasher that was very unrealistic. Like, where we're talking Jason and Michael, these guys are doing, like, telekinesis and telepathy. Like, shit that's not 2007. Mm-hmm. They needed to bring this back to reality a little bit. And I thought that did that. That felt very real. Like, he became a new figure that was scary again. Michael Myers is the weird one, though. He still fits that fear category high for people. I don't know what that is. He's like a...
Because he's the most realistic of them.
He's the boogeyman.
If you talk about between the big ones, between Freddy, Jason, Leatherface, Pinhead, all these, and then you got Michael Myers, he's the most realistic one.
And he's the show pony. I would say he's by far the most popular. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying he's my favorite out of them. I love him. He's my guy. But I'm just saying he's... he wins the popularity contest.
Yeah, I mean, he's from a movie called Halloween. It's a fucking holiday.
Yep.
He's the mascot of Halloween.
That's true.
He is. I had to go to Spirit Halloween today to get a stupid costume that was $60. That's why I mentioned that. It's like everything here sucks, but I gotta get something. But first thing on the walls was Michael Myers was first. As soon as you walk in the door, there's a wall. Michael Myers is first, the jumpsuits and all that. Then you got Jason's, and you got Freddy's, and you got Ghostface, and it just goes down the line. He is the fucking mascot of Halloween. think that's why he's the most popular.
I think I'm going to a Halloween party too tomorrow.
That sucks. Anyway, let's find out more things about this movie, huh? Hey, yo! Welcome to the What Do You Know here. This is a segment here where we're going to tell you things about this movie. Okay, so why don't you tell me something that you may or may not know about this movie? Halloween, Robert Zombie.
So first off,
2007. I'm not done.
okay.
Now I gotta restart.
How many do you need?
Now I gotta restart. See, this is the problem. See, I'm here. I'm trying to do things, and you never let me finish. Your brain just can't stop for a second. Now you gotta keep interrupting into me. You gotta wait for the dramatic pause. That's what I'm trying to do.
You paused.
Anyway, you know what? I'm tired. You know what? I'm all emotional. You just go. Forget it.
You tried to set me up. You
I'm
said
gonna lean back like Medium Joe when you fucking do it.
you said, now tell me something that you know about Halloween 2000.
Anyway,
Okay.
tell me what you know here, damn it.
Okay, I know something. You know, Michael McDowell, first off, he's a great actor. You know, he's Clockwork Orange. He's in a bunch of great movies. He was the one who played Samuel Loomis in this movie. And a weird little fact about him, he had never seen the original movie before shooting this one.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
Huh.
He's like a theater actor. It doesn't surprise me.
he fits the part. I mean, he's a great. I love him in this movie.
I do too.
I think he was the perfect guy to pick for that role.
Another little fun fact about him, there's a scene in this movie where he goes to buy a gun. He needs a gun because he wants to shoot Michael Myers. Well, the guy who the guy who sells him the gun, well, if he looked familiar, that's because that was Mickey Dolenz. That's the drummer from the Monkees. Hey, hey, it's the Monkees. Yeah.
I did not know that.
My mother used to play that song all the time. We'd like it. Everybody, you know, turns out not all of them could do the music, and they would just film them, and they, you know. But they was monkeying around. We liked that a lot, and he's the drummer.
Sure.
So, you know, there you go.
It's very fucking interesting.
Now, you know anything about this movie?
I know one thing.
Okay.
So, the girl who plays Laurie Strode.
Oh, yeah,
Who's-
Scout Taylor Compton.
Yeah, that's what I said. Scott Taylor Compton. She wasn't, newsflash, she wasn't the only person that tried out for it, obviously. There was another person that tried out for that role. You want to know who that was?
John Goodman.
No.
I like him in pictures.
I hate you so much. No. It was Emma Stone.
Oh.
Yeah, you know who Emma Stone is. She's the redhead from Superbad. She's also in a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
But she, you know, she's got a famous actor. You know, she could get it on her back, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but who they went with originally, I think that's good to call. You know?
Oh, I love her.
Yeah,
Yes,
she's very
I love
good.
Scout. She's great. She's great at this. And part two, I really think she shines.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
she's
she
crazy.
she got really hot in the second one too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Too hot. Yeah.
Yep. I would watch it drip down for sure.
Oh yeah. I'm distracted.
Yeah. So anything else you know about this movie here?
I think that's it. I think that's all I know.
Okay.
Good facts.
Now we're gonna go.
Mark, now this is a serious question. This is a serious question because I'm not imagining things. I know this was a fucking thing. Obviously, cable television was the thing that we predominantly watched before streaming services took over. And you remember the time frame. Think of the time frame. You remember like when like a Pawn Stars, American Pickers, like kind of like when those shows were popular. There was this thing like on Travel Channel or one of those kind of shows called Punkin' Chunkin'. Punkin' Chunkin'. And these dudes, they made like catapults, but they were like out of machines. And like you can kind of make your own fucking thing, like whatever you could make. And they tried to see who could launch a pumpkin the fucking furthest. And obviously they kind of had me at pumpkins. I was in. But then, like, the man side of you, bro, I'm telling you, like, launching at football fields. Like, these are crazy fucking mechanical catapults. I'm going to find some footage to pair with this so, like, you can, if you, have you ever heard of that, or do you remember that at all?
No, I know I've seen many videos of people chucking with catapults. I never knew that was on TV, though.
It was, and like, I don't know if that was the show name or, but Punkin' Chunkin' is the term, and I know they had big fucking festivals.
I don't think the show was called Punkin' Chunkin'.
No,
it was probably something else, but I mean, you know, I've seen this before.
We need to petition to get this back because Punkin' Chunkin'. All right, yeah, what the fuck was this? Okay, cancellation reasons. The Punkin' Chunkin' World Championship has been canceled multiple times due to lawsuits, injuries, and other, including 2017, a Discovery Channel producer was seriously injured in the back of the head for flying metal from a malfunction. Oh, it's not a pumpkin. If it was a pumpkin, it'd be funny. Metal's a little like, that's not cool.
Dude, I would not want to get hit by a pumpkin that just got launched on a football field length. Ow. That's death. That's death, dude. Yo.
How did you break your arm? Well,
a pumpkin.
Fucking
I made a pumpkin. Came out of nowhere.
Okay, so at least I see it's canceled. But dude, okay, well maybe there's some highlights. Hopefully there's some highlights.
There's
dude.
obviously some highlights, dude. Just go on YouTube, you can find anything.
I'm telling. Well, yeah, you don't even have to be a man. I'm just saying, like, the human being ingenuity side inside of you will watch it like, oh shit. Like, I've never had any desire to launch a pumpkin, but now I'm kind of like, if you got roped into that, like, I could see how somebody would be like, all right, like, hey Mark, what are you doing this weekend? I need your help.
If you picked me up randomly in a car and said get in, and then you took me to a pumpkin chunkin', I'd be like, this is nice.
This is cool.
This is nice.
And like, some of them were huge pumpkins. Like,
do they still have biggest pumpkin contests and crap places?
They do. They do that in fairs, especially like when you get more to like the fucking, what do you call it, like the corn belt over there, you know, the Nebraskas and the Kansases and that kind of stuff. I know they do stuff like that. But I like that. I think that's cool. And it is weird that obviously there's lots of different reasons for pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns. We're not going to get all into that. But I do think it's cool that that is just what it is. Pumpkins go with it. But I like that people, even that aren't watching Rob Zombie's Halloween and like thinking it's gnarly, still want to carve some pumpkins and try to participate. You don't have to be watching the, you know, Serbian film to be a Halloween fan. There are moms that got little Mickey Halloween decorations, and that's about as far as they want to go with scary, but they love the cutesy spirit of it. That's fine. Bake us some cool cookies and stuff. I'm totally cool with that. Those little ghost cookies, and yeah, I'm about all of that. You know, like, they're not all around, but you know, like the Buskin, like, little pumpkin cookie, I'd tear one of those motherfuckers. Yeah. My teeth will be orange, and I don't care.
Straight up sugar.
And I don't even care. I don't buy them all the time, but if you had one, oh, dude.
Give it up.
Pumpkin pie? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All the candy?
Yes.
I got kids. You can't even stay away from it. So, and then, you know, I'll be taking a lot of candy they don't like, and then I just take whatever I want.
Just put all their stuff in a bowl. Mm-hmm. It'll last you till Easter.
I always keep candy corn in the house, and people fuck it up. My kids fuck it up. So
how do they mess up candy corn?
Well, I'll keep it in a dish. You know, I'll keep it in a dish, and they'll just destroy it. But there is, man, you put peanuts with it. That is good. It's like a Babe Ruth or like a Payday. If you just mix it all in, it's a great trail mix. Like you.
All right.
You'd be surprised. You'd be like, damn, dude, this is really.
I can see nuts and candy corn going together.
It's good stuff. It's just these Halloween traditions.
A lot of people hate on candy corn. It's not bad.
No.
It's not my favorite, but I can eat candy corn. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it's the time of year. It's one of those ones where you don't think about it, and then it's just like if it's in front of you, it's just like, how did I eat 25 little pieces of candy corn?
I'll eat a handful of it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just good things, the good traditions, and I'm glad that they're still alive. And this franchise is a big part of that, obviously because of the name. But there will be all sorts of Michael Myers stuff going on. There's going to be Halloween music, one of the most legendary scores. And people will be watching this movie. This was some people's first. You can't hate on somebody for that. And I pay homage and respect, and John Carpenter's 1978, in my opinion, is, the best that sits on top, but this is my close second. Like, I think from a filmmaker's perspective, it's a better film in that regard. It doesn't have as much impact, but
No,
Rob Zombie had more money.
Yeah, well, I mean, he had more money and better technology.
Yeah, that's like not Carpenter's fault.
No, but I mean, again, the first one is the most classic. That's always going to be on top. If anybody does not put the 1978 Halloween on the top, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah,
You can't. That's what started it all. Like that's you can't.
created it.
Yeah, it's always going to be great.
Yeah, once again, I mean, there's that sad truth that artists get kind of annoying as they get older. Sometimes some of your favorite artists, some of whoever that you love or fuck with, it doesn't matter. They can get cringy as they get older. Their music isn't as good. The movies they make aren't as good. It's because they're older. And that's okay. We're not going to be as good when we're 55. I'm sure we're going to be wise. We're going to be smart. We'll have our spot in life. But if there are young, hungry guys with a show, they're probably going to be more captivating to a younger audience because we're going to be older. Our time is going to be phased out in a way. There's nothing wrong with that, but I hate when people don't pass the torch. Some people are cool with it, man. Some people like the young stuff. You get somebody like an Elton John who's like cool with rappers, rock star, whoever. He's just like, young music, love it. You're just like, cool, man. Like, that's not like, he's not mean to people. But you get these people like John Carpenter was very critical. It looked like it seemed like it was easier for him to chew glass than it was to like give any credit to this movie. And he's like, I just didn't like how we gave him backstory. Oh, really, John? I would have told him the first 5 minutes of this episode. Like, that's exactly how I would have hit him with. And I give him all due respect because he's a horror legend. So it's like...
Man, just give him backstory, whatever. Doesn't mind me.
Yeah, and you gave him backstory, you fucking artard. You were the one that did it in, like, all of your movie. Like, the first 2 movies, you gave so much backstory. Like... I just don't, I don't understand that. Like, well, I don't understand how people didn't see the same thing. I think people romanticize it. People romanticize things from their past, and I get that, but it's just, I don't understand. I don't understand because this is such a solid, great take on it. I think some people might just not like the trashy element to it, but...
Which is fine. If you don't like it that way, then it's not for you. That's perfectly fine. You don't gotta hate it, just don't watch it. It's not your world.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not your fucking world.
You don't
If you
control
don't
it.
like this movie, perfectly fine. And don't watch it. Watch the original. Watch H2O. Watch 4. Watch 3. Watch 2. Watch whatever you want.
Or be like us and just like all of them. I don't really like the newer ones. I will say that. The newer ones feel lackluster compared to zombies.
I haven't even watched them.
It's like an elderly Michael Myers. It's not. Dude, it's not. I don't.
There's some times where you should just give up.
Hang it up.
Yeah, just let it be what it is. All right.
Let it breathe. Give it some
know.
years, dude.
Make another one in like 10 years.
Come up with a new character. We're not that picky.
Oh, no, for real.
This guy fell in a vat. Now he's Poison Man. He's poison.
You can piggyback off of this and make something completely different. And everybody, that's kind of like Michael Myers. Yeah, but it isn't. It's fine. They piggyback from the Foster, like you said. Just piggyback off something, make something different. Or do that.
We don't like. You can like. What about a guy with a potato sack head?
Why wouldn't you try to make something? See, look. This would not make sense to me. Why would you not try and make something new? And then guess what? If that takes off, you got a whole franchise of 6 or 7 movies that you can make. But
there's independent guys like you and I who are doing that, and we're gonna be, we're in the process of, throwing down some movies. But I'm saying there are people like that who do, and they're real artists. But it's reverting back. We are in a changed time frame where movies are coming back, which feels great, dude. COVID really sucked. And also, movies were on a downfall anyways, and we didn't realize it. We made that analogy a few episodes back about, like, giving the homeless alcoholic enough alcohol to kill himself. That's what they did to millennials and Gen Xers. Like, you guys like Ghostbusters and Pokemon, and you guys like all this old shit and horror movies and comic books and Star Wars. And we're like, we love it! And then movies had to be those, like, post-credit trailer fucking cameos and just a bunch of like over the top things. And I'm not hating on that time frame of whatever. That was great for what it was, but it wasn't great for movies. You need A pictures and B pictures. Comic book movies and horror movies should be B pictures, and they should be treated as such. I don't want the whole world talking about them. I don't want them to be the #1 ticket. And you also need A movies. I want give me a Jerry Maguire or whatever. Those need to be out too. For these, it's like a healthy ecosystem. Like you kill all the wolves and then something else it's that kind of deal. You need that. You need your Pitch Perfects out there. I'm not gonna go see Pitch Perfect and shit, Magic Mike. That's not my movie. But I want those to be out. I don't want Halloween and Captain America to be the #1 movie. I want those to be like number 7 and 9. Like I want them out. But let's get back to the healthy ecosystem here.
Yeah.
Like of movies, and I think that really is truthfully happening, but people weren't making anything unless they knew it was a guaranteed buy-in. Like, well, and we're still in like kind of outskirts of that. Like, what about Beetlejuice? Like, what about making a new fucking thing? Like, but they're like, well, where's the tapped-in audience? You don't have that yet. There was that time frame of where Ozark Mark could just take a girl to the movies in high school. And like, what is this? The Animal with Rob Schneider? Yeah, we'll see it. What is this? The Hot Chick? Yeah, I'll see that, dude. Oh, what is this movie? The Hunted with Benicio del Toro? I don't know. Might be good, might not. And that's how movies are supposed to be, in my opinion. You need random ones. It's not supposed to be a guaranteed you're gonna love it. That's the part about a movie. You can go with 10 people. You loved it, and all 9 everybody else hated it. Like that's the part about it. But you're not even like that mad if you watch a shitty movie. Like you understand that's part of the preface. Like that's like, this could be really dumb, but that's okay. Or it could be really awesome. And
whatever. If it was stupid, it entertained me. As long as it entertained me in some way, that's the goal of it.
I think the lack of physical media really hurt too, because you could release a random like. A lot of the movies that got really popular, even like a movie like Frailty, we didn't go to the fucking movies and see that, but it was on DVD, and I probably sold a shitload of DVDs, and like you could really recoup costs later on with DVDs. And I think like once movies started losing that ability, they're like, put Chris Pratt in it, and we'll fucking put like, it's like, dude, all right. You're going to have to take chances, my guys, like because you can come out with these cult movies that might not be really popular the first 2 months of release, but 6, 7, 8 years down the line, they get this gigantic following. Like The Big Lebowski, I'm sure wasn't the #1 movie at the fucking box office when it came out.
But that's probably one of my favorite movies of all time.
And how much money has that fucking thing made?
I have no idea.
Crazy, I bet.
Yeah.
Crazy amounts.
All right.
So I take some chances, guys. You're gonna lose some money sometimes, but even a movie like could blow up.
Take a chance.
Take a chance.
There's a chance.
I'm sorry this happened to you. You know what?
Hit him with the Rick Grimes. All right, I'm getting too far ahead here. We need to do our due diligence, our legal obligation, and rate this movie. So let's do that.
Sloppy horror rating, baby, yeah!
Oh, hello, sweetheart. Thank you so much for coming back here. This is the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating system developed by my good friend Christian Ramey, your scary movie companion. So we're here to rate this movie on a horror movie scale, not a movie in general. So please keep that in mind, for fuck's sake. I don't know how many times we gotta tell you here, but we're gonna do this in a series of 4 categories. 3 categories are worth 3 points. Last category's worth 1 point for a total of
10 points altogether.
That's right. So let's get into the first category here in the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is casting.
3 out of 3 for picking horror characters. Danielle Harris is in the franchise. You have Clint Howard, you got Danny Trejo, they got fucking Dee Wallace, fucking Michael McDowell, what do you call it, the older sister in the beginning, that's young Jenny from Forrest Gump.
Mm-hmm.
You can sit here if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Dear God, make me a bird so I can fly far away.
All
you know,
right.
that little girl?
Yeah, I know.
She grew up to be, trashy Sloot in the Halloween movie.
Good
like
for
she's
her.
probably not in real life, but in the movie she is.
Yeah, she did pretty good.
And she got murdered.
Got to see her titties.
You did? And she got murdered?
Yeah.
Yeah. Her boyfriend, bro. Holy shit, dude. Got like the fishing out. Anytime a proper fish out is done in a movie from like a cranial injury, that's like, like, because everybody's seen somebody get knocked out and kind of do the seizure mode, and then you're like, uh-oh, that's serious.
Yeah, that was a bashing, but that was a good kill. All right, so that's 3 out of 10 so far here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast ratings. Get into the second category here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is kills.
I'm also feeling like a 3, dog. I'm like, this is one of the few that's a 3. There are kills that live with me forever. They're like Danny Trejo could be fucking over the top. The tree branching, bashing from the kid, that could be over the top. There are so many kills in this. Like, I can't even really fucking I like when Danielle Harris's boyfriend gets killed and like the pumpkin gets put on him and shit. Like,
he's hanging there.
Yeah, love that.
They did the classic stab him in the wall and let him hang there.
Yep.
They paid some homages to that.
I love the fucking throat slit of the dad. He got, like, I mean, the stepdad or whatever, while he's duct taped to a chair. That was pretty gnarly. Mm-hmm. The tree or the baseball bat. That was fucking crazy. That was crazy. Trying to think of who else got killed. Her friends.
Yeah, there's just murder everywhere.
Yeah, and it's brutal. I think that's the one thing that, like, I think Halloween 2 really takes it over the top with the kills too, but these had a brutal tone to them. These kills, like, made you, like, whew, like, there was like an exhale afterwards. They weren't as disposable as some of the other Halloween kills, so they didn't seem as cartoonish. They seemed visceral would be the right word. So I gotta go 3.
Okay. That is 6 out of 10 so far here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating. Let's get into the final 3-point category here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is fear.
I don't know. It's kind of screaming like a fucking 1.5 to me, because there's like that baseline fear of those people that are afraid of Michael Myers. Your baseline people who are just afraid of horror in general.
Well, once again, I mean, that's kind of a given. You know, we established this in previous episodes, and we'll say it again. When you have an icon like Michael Myers or one of the big ones, you're going to get middle of the road no matter what, because you're going to get people that are there because they love them, and then you're going to have the other people that aren't horror movie regular watchers who are scared of it. So, I mean, middle of the road, 1.5. I mean, that's the basic it. I don't know how else you can explain it.
Yeah, if you told me like a group of teenage girls watched this and they had all the lights on and they were freaked out, like, yeah, I'd totally buy that. But if you're like, hey, dude, we watched this and we loved it because my son loves Michael Myers and he was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can see that too.
Yes, sir. So there's 7.5 so far here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast ratings. Getting the final 1-point category for half a point each here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast rating, and that is rewatchability.
Gonna have to say yes. Yes. This is at the top of my list. It's a movie I can play out in my head. It's a must watch every fall.
Yeah, it's rewatchable to me too. I love this movie. And it's just great. This is for our generation. This is our generation's Halloween. If we were to do it, that's the best way for me to explain it. So I love it.
Bitch, if you don't think we're making a mental checklist of all the subcategories of this movie and putting it into a rating.
So that is a total of, sweetheart. We got 8.5 out of 10 for Halloween 2007 by the one and only Robert Zombert here on the Sloppy Horror Podcast. Right back up in your ass.
Ozark Marge.
Now. Oh, man.
That's it. If you gotta make phone calls, that's who it is. Like, you're like, who? Hello.
What's the name again?
Ozark Marge.
Oh, my. Oh, God, that's forever. That's a character. I love it. That's
Ozark
officially
Marge.
a character. Ozark Marge.
That worked.
Damn it. I wish I would have got an old lady costume. I could have been Ozark Marge for
would be
Halloween. My
fun.
throat would have been I couldn't talk like that the whole time. My throat would get too itchy.
Yeah, that would be a Halloween costume, dude. It'd be like the caseworker from Beetlejuice. Mm-hmm. She was funny, dude. But those ladies existed, man. They were out there. Well, I've had some crazy thoughts and crazy ideas. Obviously, it's the end of the season.
Oh no!
I know.
Everybody's sad.
But
Everybody's sad. I'm sad.
I know. But
This was our Super Bowl. What are we gonna do now?
Well, I've really thought about that. What I find to be really cool is we are at an interesting opportunity. Now, Mark and I are two pioneers who have tried to guide you guys through a pandemic of bad times in movies. Not saying there weren't good ones to come out, but a bad time for movies. A hard transition time. Streaming's different. It's a new world. People are trying to, like we said, there's no physical media. You got to recoup somehow. And it's really hard when a Netflix thing only has your movie on for 90 days. Or a TV show for 90 days. Ooh, did you see the new Menendez Brothers thing? You better watch it because it's going to be off in a couple months, or like in 2 months whenever they're doing their new fucking thing that everybody's going to be buzzing about. And that's not always necessarily the greatest way. It's a cool way to watch media, but there needs to be a happy medium, and I think it's coming because I hear a lot of people are going to the movies. And something that's happened this year, Mark, is we've had oodles and oodles and oodles of new horror movies that have dropped. Like so many fucking horror movies that have come out.
Oodles and noodles.
Yeah. And I think it would be fun, from a business perspective, because it can get a lot of people interested or new people into Sloppy Horror Podcast because it's a very relevant topic, a lot of these new movies. I think we should do a small pack episode or season, take 5 movies that have come out this year and review them. Now, it could be kind of we don't have to get, there will be shorter. These could be shorter episodes. These can be like 45 minutes. We don't have to keep straight to it because we're not going to have to fill shoes because the movies came out this year. And I don't know how heavy some of the what do you know facts are about it because we can just kind of give what do you knows throughout the episode. We almost, don't have to do that. So it could be like a first impression style, but I love old movies. I love talking about Scanners with you guys. I can talk Bride of Frankenstein. I love that because that's the bullshit I'm watching all the time, and they're fun. They're fun things to do. It's a fun thing for all of us to do. But being a show that aren't sellouts, Mark and I will not sell out. We would die before we sell out. Now, we will take money, that we'll earn money, and we're not dumb people, but we need to bring new people into the show because you guys are the OGs. Once this shit grows to where it's going, you guys, a lot of you guys we know. You guys are the OGs. But we need to find some relevant topics for these people because we haven't had this in the last 2 years. We've been talking about old movies because it's all we've had to talk about. And that's what we're going to continue to talk about. But I think it's fun as long as we don't have crazy pandemics, the Road to Halloween is an annual season. And I think it would be cool at the end of that Road to Halloween, we pick 5 movies that have dropped that year, and then we could talk about them. And I think that will be a hot horror topic after our season simmers down because they're new movies.
Hot topics.
Yeah. And then, we can get into, some of the fun other stuff, but I think a lot of people would enjoy that. And the cool part is, Mark, a lot of these movies that we are going to select are viewable. You won't have to pay for them. And some of these people can do the same. And I think it would be fun. And I'm not going to lie to you. There's some good ones. I watched See No Evil or Speak No Evil. Holy shit, James McAvoy. That was incredibly good. That's in theaters now, but it's also available to rent. That was really good. I would love to talk about that movie. We got Terrifier 3. We've had all kinds of good ones. Salem Slot was hit or miss. I don't know. I might want to get your opinion on that, see what you thought of that. Just think it'd be a good idea. We've got a bunch of great ideas for seasons in the canon. And that's what we're going to do. But that's what I'd like to do.
Okay. I like the sound of that. Mm-hmm. That sounds good. We could do that. I like that. That's good things to come.
Yep.
That's good things to come. So, boys and girls, it's been one hell of a road to Halloween. I'm glad you were here on this trip with us. And I really do hope that you have a good Halloween. I hope you watch some scary movies. I hope you have some fun. I hope you get all cozy in the fall weather. I hope your kids, which more than half of you probably do have kids, I hope they get the trick-or-treating that they deserve, get a pillow sack of candy, eat all the fucking candy, watch all the movies, get your fun parts wet, and enjoy it. Because Christmas time is coming next, so we gotta get through that crap. But, you know, we'll always be here to keep your spooky senses alive.
Yep, we will. We will. There's all kinds of spooky stuff to talk about every month of the year. and
Because
that's
we
why do
ain't
it.
we ain't going nowhere.
No.
We ain't going nowhere. We'll be back
So,
in 2 weeks.
yep.
Because, you know, we need a break, all right? Everybody needs a break. We can't be sitting here giving you stuff all the fucking time. We need a day off, all right? So we're going to take a day off like we usually do. But, so, you know, go back to listen to an old episode that you might have forgot. There's lots of entertainment back there. There's also the Patreon. There's also merch. And, you know, there's, like and subscribe and do all that stuff. Did I do that right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
All right. So we love you. And, you know, we'll see you. We'll see you, boys and girls.
Happy Halloween.
Halloween, Halloween, happy Halloween, something. Yeah.
Good stuff.